Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, live from the Novo at the LA Live Hex. We're about to get into the big match of the weekend. I mean, obviously there is the battle for LA. We're not going to forget about that.
Right.
But we're talking about the top two teams in the league going head-to-head here.
And they've been the top two teams in the league since the word go, really. And honestly, they both have their spots locked up, but these teams don't really like each other. It's a bit of a grudge match. Stage 1, Vancouver beat San Francisco in the Stage 1 playoffs. Stage 2, San Francisco beat Vancouver in the playoffs. So these teams are still kind of settling the score, as it were.
And this is locked. What you've got on your screen now, you know, the division standings. Titans at the top. It's locked in. It's done. They've got the Pacific Division first seed. Shock in second. That's why when you're looking at the league standings, you've got New York Excel. You know, they're on the Atlantic side. They're sitting in second seed. But it's the San Francisco Shock that are actually top two.
Yeah, NYXL's on easy street. They've been on easy street for a little bit. Easy street being the Atlantic Division. But
shall we get started here, Hex?
No.
NYXL!
Let's move past it. It's over. That match is over. They will play again tomorrow. But yeah, these are the two best teams in the league by a long shot. They've been able to adapt to the meta because a lot of people thought they were only good in 3 tanks, 3 supports. Not quite the case. They've been able to adapt deep benches for both these squads. And also, if you just look at it, 4 of our top 5 MVP candidates are from both these teams.
Exactly. That's at the T-Mobile MVPs. You had Bumper. He was kind of crying there at the end when they lost. I mean, that is the bitter taste of defeat.
Twilight, Jono, Super, Sinatra.
Sinatra. I voted for Sinatra. Super as well. You know, you got all the votes out there, man. But Super, Sinatra, they've been that wombo combo star duo. And then also, you've got the likes of Jonu on the Vancouver Titans, and really the guy who gets all the attention on this team, Bumper.
Yeah, Bumper gets a lot of the attention, but I've always said that Twilight is the one that keeps this team together. In that flex support, he crushed it on Zenyatta, probably a better Zenyatta than Jonak. Come at me, NYXL fans. But also he flexed over to the Ana. He's been playing really well, so they've got the guys on that squad for Vancouver, and that's kind of what got them where they're going, and now you see them both flexing on to different heroes. And then you got Super, the dishonest hero himself up there. He's been crushing, and then Sinatra, and we always go back to this. San Francisco built this roster knowing that neither of these guys could even play. They signed them before they were even 18, and then they started playing in 2018, and now you see exactly why Super and Sinatra, that's synonymous with the idea of the San Francisco Shock.
And they are really just dominant in their own right. This team has just got everything in the bag in terms of talent, in terms of actually being able to perform on stage. Their support line, one of the very best as well. They often don't get too much attention. And then, you know, obviously you got Super Sinatra from tank and damage. But you know, as far as candidates are concerned, yeah, they've got 2 on the MVPs, Titans as well. Rest of the league,
I like that it's the rest of the league. Come on, it's Gooshwag. Like,
hey, Gooshwag. But the thing is that it's the Shock and the Titans. You expect the MVP to come from the top 2 teams in the league. That's it.
And the Shock have an embarrassment of riches, so much so that we might not even see Super and Sinatra start for this team because they have so many good players on their bench. You talk about Architect, Striker's got some playtime. They've got a lot of great players here. Rascal has played every role in the 2-2-2 meta because, well, it's Rascal.
It's Rascal.
Yeah, and yeah, this is going to be a good one because, again, these teams just don't like each other. They want to beat each other.
Well, this is all about who's the top dog here in the pound.
Yeah.
Let's get into it, though. We are going to bring our first team to the stage, the San Francisco Shock.
There you go. Rascal and Architect will lead the parade for the San Francisco Shock. Everyone else filling out, so it's 5 guys, and then Moth comes in at the end. Moth has been a guy that I think should have been in that MVP voting, but here's your starting 6 for the San Francisco Shock.
Yeah, you get Smurf in there, Choi Oben as well, doesn't get nearly as much attention, but that's usually what happens when you have these teams that are just chock full of talent. You're going to be focusing on the guys you're seeing in the scoreboard.
That's what happens when you play D.Va.
And also the silent killer, right? That's the brutal reality, but now we're going to get their opponents out onto the stage, the Vancouver Titans.
Went on an unprecedented winning streak going back to before they were even in the Overwatch League. The Vancouver Titans squad has been nothing short of dominant this entire year, have had some stumbles going to the 2-2-2 meta, But now they bring in Stitch, who they expect to fill that role in the damage dealing position.
And, you know, you've got Architect on the other side who is kind of counterbalancing him. Stitch, we saw him make his appearance for the Titans, you know, playing that Sombra role when Sombra became meta, and you needed to have a Sombra. Turns out Stitch, he was up to the task. He definitely dominated in that role, and he's definitely helped the Titans stand tall at the top. Yep. San Francisco Shock, though, I mean, you and I, Hex, we got to cast Architect when he first came into the league, and he just took the league by storm. It was like, who is this guy? He was dominating.
Yeah, a couple of bench boys who've now found their way into starting squads here, Architect versus Stitch, and man, they have made it worthwhile. They're going to play a lot of Hanzo, maybe a little bit of McCree, also some Pharah.
I'm all about it. I'm all about it. Just bring me the damage. Give me the damage. Reaper, mate, you guys can stay over there. It's fine. We don't need to see you guys anymore.
They're technically damage.
Reaper, yeah, okay, Reaper I'll give it. May, it's just no fun allowed. But you get into it where you get to actually click on heads. This is where Architect, Stitch, players like these really get to stand out and just dominate. So excited to see how these guys are going to match up today. And that's really what it is about here. It is about determining who is the top dog in the league right now. It's a best of 3 pretty much between these two. They're tied up 1-1. Who's going to take the lead going into the playoffs?
Yeah, let's settle it once and for all. And that's why, even though no standings are going to change, no rankings, no seedings are going to change between these two squads, it's still going to be a good one.
Yeah, this is everything we were waiting for here. Hex, I mean, we are in Los Angeles. It is the Battle of Los Angeles. You're going to get the Gladiators. You're going to get the Valiant. Wings are going to get clipped.
Yeah,
but
I also want to see the two best teams.
Exactly. You and I, we're all about the competition. We're about the elite. I only want to see the best. These two teams, chock full of them. No discussion. They have dominated the league all year long.
When you talk about the top teams, what makes them the top teams is that they don't take matches off. They don't take maps off, especially San Francisco. San Francisco, 4-0's teams are like, get out of my server. Why are you here? Why are you in the league, actually? I have a lot of questions to ask. And then Vancouver does the same thing. And Vancouver, when they lose, they hate it.
So let's take a look at our maps presented by Toyota. Lijiang is going to be kicking things off, our control map for this series, followed by Volskaya, Kings Row, and Havana. We're guaranteed these 4 maps. Maybe we get a 5th. With these two teams, I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be surprised.
Could go the distance. The Shock 4-0 on this particular control map of Lijiang Tower. The Titans 5-2. And we shall see what either team wants to run, especially when you get in control. Nobody knows. Wouldn't be stunned to see a little bit of Pharah. Stitch, you will be my hero if you please come out on Tracer. Lijiang Tower, it's a great Tracer map, man.
It is, it is. We were talking a little bit about it earlier, the Blinky Girl. We don't get to see her that much these days. But, you know, there's pulse bombs that need to get whiffed, Hex, and Stitch is going to be staying on it.
Let's go, Stitch. Xiaominsu going to go over to the Widow now that they notice there's a Pharah on the side of the San Francisco Shock. Architect will be running that. So a Pharah Sombra. This is why I like control. I don't get why people don't like control. It's chaos.
It is out and out. Chaos. Johnny gets demeched as well and will get deleted. So man advantage now for the San Francisco Shock going into first control. We'll see if they pick it up. So Minsu on the Widow right now, hoping to find a target. He's having a bit of trouble. It's Slime instead who's going to get the boop kill on Violet. Might have chucked him off the side into oblivion. But Choi fighting right back, doing his job as the Hog, taking down the Tracer. Exactly what we need here. If you are Choi on that Hog, you need to be eliminating the Tracer. Stop her from getting those flanks. And Architect on high, just looking for those point-blank rockets.
If anyone knows how to play around buildings, it would be the Architect in the sky, able to dodge all of those shots, still puts in a ton of damage. And oh, it feels good when you're Pharah that you get the Widow on the other side. Supposed to be your hard counter. Not going to work out there. San Francisco taking first control. Architect trying to get to the very, very peak of Lijiang Tower.
So, Ultimate's coming online on both sides now. This fight has gone on long enough, and it's been close enough between these two teams where we're not going to have one team really pulling ahead in terms of advantage. Infrasight's going to get used by Sominsu, so now the entire team can see through walls. But the San Francisco Shock, they control the point. They don't need to really peek. They don't need to show anything. Bumper gets his bongo taken down immediately as well, but then that's still Repel finding Sperpin. A lot of blue in the kill feed. Hex, Architect trying to be the hero, though, and he's going to make it happen. 2 kills for him. Could be a 3rd as well. Yep, drops him. And now the man is just soloing the Titans.
It's just Stitch on the point, and Moth's going to res right in his face. He's going to res the Sombra right into the Reaper. And I don't know if they've had the throughput to actually take it down. Moth is so gutsy.
Let's go, Battle Mercy. Nope, Moth is fine. All the way up here, helping out Architects. getting those rockets boosted up. Choi just able to sneak his way out of here. Does not want to get DMX too quickly, but it's not looking like it's going to pan out for him. 65% and counting for the San Francisco Shock, and it will be the flip for the Titans. So it ends at 68% for the San Francisco Shock.
Eventually evicted there. 68%, that's a couple of fights away, but a really good job of just stalling it out. Again, objective-based gameplay. You don't have to get the kills if you're just controlling the point. Interesting that they're still running the Pharah. A little difficult to come in on it. Vancouver has adjusted their strategy. Reaper and Doomfist, of all things.
Interesting. I mean, Somensuka, he's just going to be able to blow people up. You want to push onto the point? I'm going to ram you into the wall because it's such a tight, close-knit point. Stitch gets caught out, though. Him dead with the Blossom as well. Choi finds Somensu. They are fighting back on the side of the Titans, though. They have not given up in this.
It's going to be another barrage. You can do it right behind the shield.
Dude, Architect, this is value from a Pharah. Usually we see Pharahs as like the one and done. You barely get something out of the barrage. That's twice now he's picked up 2 kills.
Stitch tries to get in there, and Stitch actually brings it back. Somensu gets a nice kill of his own. Meanwhile, Vancouver's been in control of this point the entire time.
Oh, that's a big one. Architect is still here. He's still cranking in damage. We got the wings out from off as well, so there's a bunch of boost, there's a bunch of healing, but Stitch is looking to try and push over to the other side, trying to find those support backline here for the San Francisco Shock. And we're about to get the Titans taking the lead here, Hex. 70% and counting for the Titans.
Somensu used his escape ultimate and ended up killing the Ana on it, and he's on a rampage. He takes down his 3rd kill in the last 10 seconds.
Stitch robs him though. For shame, Stitch. Let Somensu get the kills. He's on the fist.
Now we're down to last fight territory. Rascal's been holding on to this EMP. He's never had a really good chance to use it. Either use it or take it home with you, because it's time. It's time for San Francisco to get back in here.
So let's see. Rascal's got the EMP. We have all the ults. Boost on Violet. Or boost used by Violet, rather. Now it's going to be Rascal with the EMP. Instantly ports out. Somensu there to delete it, but it is Architect once again, the hero, trying to turn it around. He's finding the kills, making it difficult for the Titans. Point blank, looking for rockets. Shuts down Stitch, but Stitch took him off.
4v3. And Architect looking defeated right there. As much as it seems as though Pharah should be a hard counter to the damage dealers that Vancouver put out, Doomfist is a little bit slippery. He's up here, he's over there. You shoot rockets at a Reaper, and he's like, oh no, I'm just a ghost now. Now I'm just missed. And he bails out of there. So it seemed once they switched to a different composition that it was hard for Architect to get value.
Yeah.
Also, Somensu got in the backline and deleted Violet 2 fights in a row.
Listen, never underestimate a boy named Sue. He's going to have a bone to pick. He's going to be looking to do damage, and it's just going to get nasty.
I'm so jealous of that line. So good.
I knew you would like it. All right, let's get into it. It's Vancouver Titans up 1-0 over the San Francisco Shock. Architect going to be switching over to the Reaper, so we're going to get some up-close shooty shotgun action. And now, who takes the point first? Repel doing the best he can to try and get everybody topped up. That's exactly what Amora needs to be doing.
Yeah, we didn't really touch on it, but Repel in for Twilight. He's been getting a lot more playtime lately.
A lot of it. We're just seeing the depth of these rosters for these teams. They've got so much talent, so much skill. Ice Block forced out of Rascal. He's going to be vulnerable now. Sue looking a bit too good here. He is ahead in terms of the fight, and he is now getting into the back line. Real danger here for the Shock. They lose Violet, but they'd already lost Rascal. Smurf dead, and it is Titans blue in the kill feed.
I'm still trying to get used to new Reaper where you can just teleport in your face and get out of there. He escapes it. A decent exit kill for Rascal, but essentially San Francisco gave up that point for free, and then they got cleaned up when they tried to retreat. On their way back in, they're going to start with Coalescence, always a good opener. Rascal nearing a blizzard. Both teams getting near all of their ultimates.
Yeah, the Shock, though, they need to show some fight here, but he just takes it, throws that blizzard in, going to force the Shock off the point, make life real difficult for him. The Shock trying to make the play. Rascal at the same time with the blizzard of his own, but he doesn't really get too much value.
Stitch went so deep there, and he gets punished by Violet. The beam comes in. They have to commit barrier, so the Titans really trying to come back in this one. I don't see it happening.
It's not happening. They're on the losing side now, and it is going to be the San Francisco Shock flipping the point. This is all about dying quickly here for the Titans so that they can respawn together. 52% is where it ends here for the Titans on the San Francisco Shock now. Showing some fight, and I like the forward position as well.
Well, they just opened the fight with Coalescence, and now Violet has Coalescence again. That's what Moira is right now. Coalescence should be up every fight, most times.
Nice wall attempt. Oh, and they're going to be pushing through here. Just all-out damage. This is where it gets chaotic. Now you got a Blossom, but he gets booped around the corner. No value there for Architect. Instead, it's Janu blowing up Violet. Somehow that's a thing. Now you lose Rascal, and it's the Titans. 2 big kills here to kick off this push. This is going to put the Shock in a tight spot.
They will eventually lose this fight, and the downside of so many ultimates is that you're giving up your other abilities. And you think about Reaper and you think about Moira, and they both have like kind of the same ability. Wraithwalk and Fade. And when you're ulting, you can't fade away. So that's a perfect time to use ultimates like Self-Destruct to get them over the top because, yeah, she's stuck there. She's stuck doing Coalescence, and that's how you get the kill.
Got nowhere to go, nowhere to go. But the wall's up, and they are on the hunt. Barrier, good positioning there from Bumper. Doing a great job here keeping his team protected. Now with the boost as well, it's going to make it very difficult for the Shock to push through. Choi hangs on by a thread somehow. He nearly got picked, but that's a great timing on Rascal's side. Tries to get value out of the barrier, doesn't quite stick. Instead, it's Stitch on the other side now, who gets to kind of sit and wait. The San Francisco Shock, he knows where they're going. We're up to 90% now for the Titans. There's the sound barrier thrown in by Slime, boosting everybody up, making it even more difficult to find the kills. Instead, it's the Sue who's coming through. Rascal and Violet dead. 2 kills for him. And that puts the San Francisco Shock in a tight spot.
They have to use Barrier to try to come back to this. Both damage ultimates committed from the Vancouver Titans. Gonna need a giant play from anybody on San Francisco, but they're getting bullied out.
Yeah, they're getting picked off. The pressure here from Sominsu is so fierce. He is just running right into everybody. Bumper is punching people in the face as well. That's not pleasant, but there's still some fight in the Shock. They're not giving up. Rascal trying to be the hero, takes Bumper out of it, but Janu with the double, and that is going to be it. The Titans take the first map in the series in dominant fashion. All smiles on their side, and that's not a good thing for the San Francisco Shock. The last thing you want is for Bumper to be grinning.
The man above the splash tank clapping his hands as well does not want to go in the dip today. And San Francisco Shock, the antithesis of smiles. See what they have next map.
The Overwatch League is powered by Intel. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7. And by Omen by HP, the official PC and display of the Overwatch League.
They don't just play for a team. They play for every fan, every rival, every moment, every match. And when everyone watching expects the best, they perform with the best.
Hex, this is everything we've been waiting for.
It really is.
It really was a brawl on the first map.
Yeah.
It was so close, but the Titans, they look so confident right now. They got it in 2, despite the Shock's best efforts, and nobody on the Shock side during the break looked too pleased. There was a lot of talking going on and a bit of finger pointing, so I'm wondering what's going on here. Are the Titans really going to be that much above?
It's a little rough. I wonder compositionally if they could have switched things up a little earlier on the very first stage, especially. I think maybe they stuck on Farah a little too long, and then the Titans made changes, and those changes worked really well.
Yeah.
And then Control Center was just completely one-sided.
It was a bit of a Titan show. They came in, they got the better Mei walls, it felt like. They got the better Blizzards, they got a lot of value there, but then it just felt like Sominsu was on a tear. He finished that map with 12 final blows. All right, that's when a guy shows up to play, and this isn't about, you know, a farm team. You're talking about the second team in the league, essentially, in terms of performance between these two.
A team which we spoke to, and we know that they are coming to play today. Again, they don't have much to play for standings-wise, but this is all about pride, all about mentality, and these are two teams that are not like your NYXLs. They don't take games off. They don't just kind of boot it in there, right?
You had to bring him up.
I just kind of, I want to see your reaction.
Had to bring him up, Hex.
You had to do it.
Yeah, no, that's true. This is a team that will spawn camp you given the chance. They show no respect. They dominate. That's what the Shock are all about. They've been about it all season long. Titans, same story. A little bit more tame. They don't usually go for the spawn camping, but they still destroy you.
I mean, it's worth noting that this San Francisco Shock roster has not played against the Vancouver Titans in Stage 1 or Stage 2, right? Architect, Smurf, those guys weren't playing in Stage 1 and Stage 2. It was Super and Sinatra, so maybe there's a different mentality. Maybe they're not as angry as they should be.
And they don't have as much skin in the game. Yeah, you're right. I mean, where are Super and Sinatra is a bit of a question. For now, we're with the starting 6 here for the Shock. No changes in the downtime either for either team. No substitutes. Bumper gets hooked, but a good Mei wall there to protect him. He's going to stay alive just fine. Vancouver Titans on the offense, Shock on the defense, 3:20 on the clock, and the Titans have already set up shop.
Smurf super low, has to back out and get some healing. Now some more shield uptime goes in. They try to get something going on. The wall prevents any damage coming in, but also prevents damage going out. Still a stalemate on the point. The amplification matrix goes down.
Yeah, that's an instant Janu down. Violet and Mom. Backline dead for the Shock.
Can't win when both your healers are dead. It's just a matter of time now, you would think, unless there's a great play from anyone on San Francisco.
Unbelievable, he gets out of there. No, come on, Shirley X, this can't be it. Choi Oben, he's putting up a fight, but Sue is still here, and Sue is relentless. 2 kills for him, and now he's going for the big target, the big Hawk boy.
Yeah, self-heal only lasts for so long, but like the moment you lose both your backline, that's it. That's just over. You're not going to win that fight.
I've got it. For Roadhog, it's obviously a breathy boy. Yeah, it's obviously a breathy boy, so we'll go with that.
We're just making up t-shirt slogans as we go along.
Exactly.
But Moth went down to his counterpart in Repel. Repel was able to get that amplification matrix really early, used it, and now they both have amp matrix. So Repel absolutely crushing on the Batiste. Might be the reason he's in the roster. Right now, I think Batiste is meta. You have to have a good Batiste.
Yeah, you do, because just this point here, look at how much damage you can crank out. Now Choi Homan getting into the mix as well. Boosted up, but Somitsu takes advantage of it. No way to dodge, no way to heal for Choi when he's going whole hog. Sue is there to take full-on play. I mean, right now, it's just all about the Titans getting on this point. They've already got a tick.
Blizzard comes out, looking for the Death Blossom behind.
Just a second too late for Choi. Tough rake there. Somitsu gets in, Stitch finds one of his own, but we've lost 2 here for the Titans. That's the damage as well, so it's gonna be tough for them now to win out. This should still be on the Shock to hold.
Maybe, it's just a couple on the point. They've had to switch their entire composition up to try to get in here, but they're getting smacked.
They're getting smacked around. What is this business? Now you got Moth who's getting hunted down. Janu putting the pressure on. And this is just 1 at a time here for the Shock, but they just leave the point for an instant. And the Vancouver Titans take it 2-0.
You see why Janu is an MVP candidate. While the rest of his team was doing point duty, he was back on spawn duty. Anyone who came out was taking rockets, bullets, and boosts from that diva. Janu playing the gatekeeper at the door. We'll see if San Francisco looks like after the break.
Is the official refreshment of the Overwatch League.
So here we have them, and you missed it just at the end of that match. I mean, you had the Titans. We saw that shot of them just going crazy, laughing, high fives everywhere. These guys are pumped. Everything is going their way. On the Shock, however, it's been quiet, Hex.
Very quiet.
It's very
You know,
composed.
we were saying it's not the same Shock.
It's not. It's not. And we've been lied to. Who are these guys? Where's Super? Where's Sinatra? Where is the Shock?
The MVP candidates, Super and Sinatra. And we talk about this team and their swagger and their confidence and the get out of my server kind of attitude. And Super and Sinatra are the guys that really bring that. So someone on this 6 has to start bringing that. And I think it's going to be Rascal. It's got to be Choyobin. Moth is not really that guy. So
No.
someone's got to get mad here.
No, we're going to call him out. It's Architect and Smurf.
Well,
You're filling seats. You got big boots to fill. Right now, your feet are rattling around in those boots. You're not doing your job. If you're going to be replacing the likes of Super and Sinatra, you got to step your game up.
yeah, it's been real rough. This has been completely one-sided. The numbers say 16 limbs to 4, but even that doesn't feel great. There you go. Rappel, Bumper, and John, who did not die last round. On the other side of things, I want to talk about how good Rappel is playing. Rappel opened that last fight up with a kill on the opposing Baptiste. That's like a fight-winning kill right there. He's got his ultimate up so quickly. Rappel is crushing.
We've already got an opening kill here for the Shock to kick things off. That's going to make things awkward here for the Titans, who have to give up a little bit of progress on the point. Maybe even be. No, they're doing a decent job here. It's going to be 2 ticks, but there's still a chance for them to get in and start putting some pressure on. Someone gets caught out on the flank, and you already got Architect on the hunt looking for the follow-up, and here we go. The kills coming in for the Shock. This is what we were waiting for on the offense, clearly. They've got a game plan, and the game plan involves putting arrows in heads.
Welcome to Volskaya Industries, where defense does not exist.
Hey. Now do we see them roll this onto the second point? Entirely possible.
They have a chance. You can nano Smurf if you want to get super aggro. Just let him go in, and then if he gets low, use it as a burst heal. You have the Dragon to create space, then Rascal should have Blizzard up.
Indeed. The Dragon could be the difference maker here.
It's a nice supercharger. This will at least delay the offense of San Francisco.
Yeah. Sue's going to be able to get out of here, but there's the Dragon across the point, hoping to get onto that back right hallway as well. Nobody from the Titans there, though, so they don't really mind about that. They'll be able to keep things together here, and we'll see if the Titans are capable of stabilizing. Because the Shock have got 5 minutes 15 on the clock. They've got a whole lot of time to work with.
This Blizzard better be a real good one, because Stitch is going to have a counter Blizzard.
Yeah, counter immediately thrown in, keeping the Shock off the point. No progress made for the Shock. We've traded it out. We've lost Smurf's bongos as well, so they've lost out on the side of the Shock. And they're still just shooting back and forth. Choi trying to go on a flank right there, trying to pull somebody out of position. He may get punished, though. He's hanging on by a thread on his own.
Let's see what Architect can do. He's behind 3 members of Vancouver. There's the burst.
Oh, yeah, but that's so good. That is so sick from Violet. Hits that sleep when he needs to. That's exactly his role, his job in that situation. But Rebel and Stitch, they're coming up with kills. Choi and Architect are gone for the Shock. 3 of them are down.
Just not enough. San Francisco's got to go back. And by the time they re-enter the second point of Volskaya, they'll be behind in the bank.
Nice plays. Nice plays from Stitch. Cut him up. Could be looking for a follow-up as well, but the Lantern keeping him alive. So, a little bit more delay here put on the clock for Smurf. 90% on his bongos as well, so we will get that damage boost again for this push here for the Shock. Bumper's not too far off of his, though, so there is still a chance. But the Titans, contrary to the Shock, the Titans stabilize on the defense.
They also have another Blizzard. Stitch used it in the last fight and got it back up again, and it's almost impossible to truly push into a point when Blizzard's up.
Dragons on through, but they don't care. On the side of the Titans, they got that Lantern, and now there's going to be a whole lot of ult charge here for the back line on the side of the Titans. So Mitsudo going to get picked. He gets frozen, gets greedy, and that's going to cost him. Architect 2 kills, make that 3 for the Shock. Everybody's still alive here on the Shock side as well. A real opportunity here to lock down this second point, tie up the game. This is their chance, and they're getting it done, Hex. Nothing but headshots on their side. 1 tick picked up now. We're going to get 2 here as well. 2 for the Shock. Is anybody here for the Titans? You're going to get 1. Rascal gets obliterated, pasted against the wall.
That could be a problem. Rascal's been their carry lately. He's the reason they're in this point right now.
He's been hitting shots all over the place, and they might actually get rebuffed. They might get sent packing. Choi gets the punish on Sue, but then you lose Smurf. You don't have an Orisa to hide behind anymore. Dragons thrown onto the point, get no value, and it is going to be the Titans stabilizing at 95.9% for the Shock.
Shock sent packing, but I think they figured out what they need to do. They need to play dumb. And that's what they just did right there.
Okay.
Rascal went on the dumbest flank ever, but he got a freeze and he got a headshot. Like, you gotta play on these flanks, you gotta play super aggro. That's their style. But Vancouver gets in there, they get 1-2 kills, and on defense and assault, that's enough. But you gotta have Rascal going on flanks, you gotta have Architect going on these flanks, and you need them to win their 1v1s and then get more.
So you see, this is always the same. You've always got to work your way through. Boost goes in, there's a self-destruct as well to create some space, and Choi Open comes up with a kill on Stitch. That's a big start. We're losing 3 once again on the Titans, but we've seen this before, Hex, so I'm not going to call it just yet here for the Shock. The Shock, though, so close to locking it down, and they're finding pick after pick. It's looking good this time. They have so little ground to cover, and there's nobody for the Titans to contest. The Shock looking better here on the offense. Less time in the bank.
It's just about finding your aggressive style. And that previous fight, they sent in the Dragon and no one really took the space created. That time they sent in self-destruct and everyone flooded the space that was opened up for them. The San Francisco Shock, trying to find their footing, will tie up here on Volskaya. More Volskaya after the break.
So because the Shock finished with less time in the bank, 1:58, they'll be on offense once again. So rinse, repeat here, Hex. But it took them a little bit of time to pick up that first point on the first go around. They have to be clean here versus the Titans. And the Titans, I thought for a second, oh, maybe they're a little deflated. Oh, maybe they're starting to be mortal a little bit here. No, they were chuckling along. Right, going to the right, they were laughing. So the Titans have got to be feeling pretty good right now.
What's his defense, though? The Titans are out here in the corner. All right, you don't see fights out here too often. Let's go.
Wow, chaos, pure and simple. You get the lanterns down, though, and that is going to cost a Bumper. Gone, Violet dead, but it's really Bumper going down. That's going to cost the Titans. It's going to be painful for them. Oh, an attempt here from Architect. Architect, come on. Can't get over the top, and that means that they're going to be able to sneak their way out of here. Bumper going to go for the change as well. Why not? Architect. Fadeaway shot on Janu is an opportunity, but Bumper's going to roll his way back in here on the Hammond. Do we get the contest? I mean, so far, so good here for the Titans. And there you go. Peekaboo, Bumper's here, rolling his way out. Nice follow-up, though. Looking for the headshot. Doesn't quite get it, but he doesn't need it. Architect right now bringing the pain, doing the damage.
It's the kind of performance you need out of Architect and Smurf. We called him out a little bit. Now they have brought the pain. This one is over except for the cleanup. Spark gonna grab first point, putting 3 in their total. See what they can do, trying to roll in. There's going to be a Dragon and a Nano Boost. The question is, do you Nano Boost Rascal here just to make sure you get Blizzard? You don't see it very often, a Nano May. But it guarantees you Blizzard. It guarantees you that. Rascal's already there almost anyway.
I'm very curious to see how this pans out because in terms of kills, the Shock have taken the lead. 35-25, and Architect just dominating right now with 12. So he has definitely shown up to play. Hex, the reverse caster curse, it's a thing. Architect again with double. Could be finding another one. Yep, there it is. Bumper walking right around, and just Architect can't miss. Architect! He's got 4, he's looking for the ace. It's so hard to do in Overwatch, but he may actually make it happen now. This is unreal. This is unreal. This is unreal. They may actually pull this off. 25 seconds left, and it's still nothing but orange in the kill feed for the San Francisco Shock. The Titans are reeling. They've only got Janu left here. You've still got Slime who's going to be rolling around, skating, and there's the Salvator just hoping to buy a little bit more time, waste a little bit more on the clock, but it is going to be the San Francisco Shock who will collect 4 points on Volskaya.
This is the Architect we remember from 2018. He came in, dominated on Widow, and then showed you what his Genji has. Now he's on the other Shimada, crushing on the Hanzo. That is the performance you need. That turns frowns upside down, and the San Francisco Shock looking a little bit happier, able to get another 2 points. They still have 11 seconds left in their bank.
No, I think he's looking around. He's just wondering, where did my teammates go?
Hey, where's that light? Where's that light?
He's doing good. He's doing good right now, Mom. Still a standout, quietly, just doing fantastic work, heals and damage. A little bit behind Repel in the numbers. But what's important right now is that the Shock just railroaded the Titans, and now it's going to be on the Titans. 4 minutes 11 in the bank here for the Titans. They have to tie it up, or we're going to get a tied series on our hands going into halftime. So, not going to lie, would not be displeased if that was the result.
Just looking at the numbers here, Architect with 18 final blows. Next closest on the server, Siomansu with 9.
Yeah.
Doubling the next closest final blows. Yes, he's played another half, I get that, whatever. Still, that's pretty sick. That's called taking over a game and refusing to lose.
Yes. Now we're getting a bit of the chant.
A shock chant would be a shock. All right.
Yeah, except that I keep turning around and I keep seeing the Titans fans joining in, and I'm just weirded out by that. You know, they're doing things.
They're battling. It's dueling banjos, but screams.
I'm hearing a lot of shock. But Maywalls and Arrows, Architect hunting for targets. He's bloodthirsty right now. He wants to continue the reign of pain. And the Titans taking their time. They had a bit more time in the bench, so they get to go ahead. Oh, unbelievable. How? Sick play there from Su. He's able to get out of dodge. And now you're going to have Architect point blank. Picks up the kill on Slime, who got yanked in.
Yeah, that's mostly Choi Hyobin's kill, but Architect with the fadeaway arrow just to make sure they get that kill on the Lucio. Not that big of a deal. Lucio's going to get back in, but now you're still fighting 5v6 as Siomansu goes down.
Yeah, a little less chuckly on the side of the Titans right now. They're going to have to try. They have to figure out how to deal with this guy here. Architect right now, just running game. Doing all the damage, 20 final blows, and we can just keep count. I mean, he's got a ways to go to catch up to the Saya record, but...
Yeah, but they lost that one.
You're right.
I don't care how many final blows when you lose. Still trying to deny entry here as most of the Titans rotate. Window goes up.
Oh, there it is. Revenge. Su catches Architect out in the open, and that is going to be a dead Hanzo, and that's the Dragon gone as well. And now Su gets to run amok on the back line. Oh, May is there to just ruin his day. Is he going to be able to survive this? It looks like he'll just barely get out. Point blank surprise around the corner. Choi finds a kill on Stitch. May slow things down here, but Stitch still got his Blizzard off. Now you need Su to take advantage of it.
Well, Rascal got his Blizzard off in response, and it does seem like the Shock are going to be able to stabilize. Another great hook goes down, and this one is it. Vancouver back to the drawing board with only 2 minutes left. Architect still has that Dragon because he was killed so unceremoniously earlier. San Francisco looking to hold.
Yeah, they're looking fantastic here, Hex. Now it's the question, can the Titans do what the Shock did? It's about the time, we just passed it. Minute 48 now on the clock for the Titans. Shock could do it on offense. Now we need the Titans. We need somebody here. We need Stitch to show up and start dominating the way that Architect is dominating. He needs to get in here and start finding some headshots.
I want to see where they set up here because Repel has the empty Matrix. Drops it right around the corner. Dragon comes here to deny it.
Yeah, fantastic Dragon. And it actually does get the kill. Repel insta-dead. And you still got Architect alive at the back of the site, the final boss that you have to deal with, and nobody is here. The answer for the Titans is to return to spawn almost by the looks of things. They're trying to funnel out of here, but it's not happening. Rascal with the parting shot on Bumper.
It's a really bad feeling to have to retreat away from your supercharger there. You're not living in the light of the bongos. They have to bail out and back up. Now a little bit stuck in the corner. See if Rascal can get some entry kills here. Doing a lot of huge hook!
Again, Choi. Again, Choi. finding the hooks and just throwing a wrench in things for the Titans. We're down to 50 seconds on the clock for the Titans.
You can't say enough about Choi Hyobin, the silent killer on the San Francisco Shock team all year. Super is great, Sinatra's great, Violet's great, Moth's great. Choi has been the one consistent player who's been great every match the Shock have played.
Sitting at 13 final blows right now on the side of Choi. So he is definitely getting work done. And now, well, on the Titans, let's see. They've got self-destruct. They can try and open it up. Oh, that's a great hook. Forces them out into the open. There's the sound barrier. Self-destruct going to be used just to get a fresh mech. Unfortunate there for Janu, and Architect there to deny it. No mech for you. Sue getting sent back to spawn as well. Doesn't bode well here for the Titans offense. They're down 2 going into the push. Slime got naded too, so he's got to be careful, and that opens it up for Repel to get pummeled. Sure enough.
They had to nano stitch. He gets a single kill, but it just might not be enough. Smurf takes out his counterpart. Architect all alone does die, but still some members of the Shock on point. Next kill's gonna be critical.
This is gonna be the big one, and Choi whiffed that hook, so now he's in a bit of a... He's got his back to the wall. Violent parting shot on Stitch. Unreal. Choi with the hook, looking for the kill. Sue somehow survives it, and now you're gonna get back here to try and take advantage of this window pane. Bumper not gonna live, and that is it! The San Francisco Shock fight back. Tie up the series 1-1.
Choi Hyobin had a great game, but it really all started with the man named Architect. Architects and company drafting up designs for a comeback. San Francisco Shock tied up with the Vancouver Titans 1-1 as we head into the half.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by T-Mobile, now connecting 99% of Overwatch League fans. Catch your league on America's network, T-Mobile. And by State Farm. Whatever life brings your way, State Farm is here to help life go right.
We couldn't do a rivalry week without the Shock and the Titans squaring off. And it looks like we got another slobber knocker on our hands in this one. It's all even at 1 apiece. Welcome back, everybody. It's another halftime. Malik here. We got Zoe, Bryn, and Sideshow coming to you from the Novo at LA Live. Guys, that first match, or that first half rather, a lot different from the previous matches we've seen between these two teams. Of course, this is the first time on the new patch. We're seeing them square off. What do you guys think about it?
Oh my goodness! Yeah, I was a little bit worried about this match. Yeah? They wouldn't live up to the hype, you know, right. Because these are the two very best triple time triple support teams. New meta, you know, Titans are kind of kind of going down a little bit.
Indeed.
But this has been backwards and forwards. I mean, anyone could win it at this point. It's been the game that we were living up to. We were looking forward to this. I had it on my calendar. August 24th. Is it 24th today? Yes, it is. August 24th.
Yep.
I was like, this is going to be the match to watch.
Indeed, indeed. Well, let's go ahead and jump straight into the highlights, starting off with Lee Jong Tower. At first, the NYXL came out pretty strong. Captured the point. They captured the point.
Ooh, the
And
NYXL?
then- oh, excuse me. I just said NYXL. Sorry. The San Francisco Shock, they came out, they captured the point. But then the Vancouver Titans turned it around, and it was just a steamroll after that.
I think it was mostly off the back of So Min Soo. But he was playing the Doofus at the beginning, then he went over to the Reaper, and my God, what a performance.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
this is a weird DPS lineup for the Vancouver Titans, Stitch and So Min Soo. How often have we seen this? Very rarely, if ever at all. Can't quite recall Stitch and So Min Soo on the new patch. It doesn't normally fit, right? Because you can't really rotate between the roles as easily. You normally need Hacksal's flexibility. But they've been forcing this Reaper into all of their comps, and it worked out beautifully on the first map.
I do think Stitch had a standout performance as well, though. I really, really loved the synergy he had together with the entire team. Despite us not having seen as much of him, I think he played fantastic.
Indeed. Well, you know, the San Francisco Shock, they have a perfect stage just on the line. So getting rolled in that first map, not the best, but they bounced back in Volskaya. Now this match is looking winnable for them. What do you guys think about San Francisco and Volskaya?
I was cracking up at this. I was listening to Semler and Hex.
Yeah.
Semler was calling out Architect and Smurf this match, and he was saying, I don't really have any impact. And it was when they were 2-2 at the half. And then Architect just absolutely comes alive. And he has one of the best performances I've ever seen. And I can firmly say at this point, I think the San Francisco Shock with Rascal and Architect, in terms of damage-dealing duos, easily, potentially, maybe one of the best.
Wow, you walked that one back so
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if they are the best, but I mean, there's a lot of heavy competition in the league right now, but they're making a case for being the best DPS duo right now in the league.
Architect has been performing at a stellar level, basically the entirety of Stage 4, really come alive. Okay, first map, yeah, Semler and Hex are right, he was a little quiet, but that's the kind of performance you expect from somebody like him. He has really done a great job at that. But I think the crucial part is, and this is going to play us forward into the second half as well, it's not a great map to play Mei Reaper on. And that, with Stitch and with So Min Soo, you kind of looked into Mei Reaper. You saw them go Hanzo Reaper at the end. That's not really a comp that's getting value these days.
Right.
So I think they're actually hurting a little bit on the more Hanzo-heavy maps, of which Volskaya is probably the most Hanzo-heavy.
So you subscribe to that? Best DPS duo in the league right now? You subscribe to that?
That's the thing, right? He
I like
did
to
say
make
there's a
claims.
lot of stiff competition. We can make an argument for every DPS, almost every. Let's
Not
not go
every
that far.
DPS.
Let's not go that far. A lot
love
of
'em.
DPS duos you can make an argument for, but I like looking at a performance such as this, where Architect just completely rips through the enemy lines on his Hanzo. I mean, he like just straight up had a 4K there, like just picking him off the like flies, chopsticks. I don't know where.
Flies and chopsticks.
That's quite difficult.
Yeah, but that's how good he is.
Yeah, he's popping off. He's popping off.
Yeah,
You gotta give it to him. All right, it's been great. Well, between these two teams, we have 4 T-Mobile MVP candidates. So it seems like a good time, as good a time as ever, for our T-Mobile MVP checkpoint. Let's hop right on into that. So there are just a couple of days left to get your votes in. So as a reminder, this season you can cast your vote for T-Mobile MVP on Twitter using the hashtag OWLMVP and the player of your choice, or through our new voting system on Twitch. The winner will be decided by your votes, as well as ballots from the media, members, coaches, casters, and analysts. We'll announce the winner during the season playoffs at the Blizzard Arena on September 5th. Now, in the running this season are Sinatra and Super of the San Francisco Shock, Gushue of the Hangzhou Spark, and Janu and Twilight of the Vancouver Titans, 4 of which play for the teams that are playing in this match, which is very cool. So since this is our last chance to get to know our T-Mobile MVP candidates before things are decided, I thought it would be pretty cool to, take a look back at some of the most hyped plays from these 5 players throughout the year. So let's go ahead and jump straight in with Sinatra.
Yeah, I mean, this guy is my T-Mobile MVP at the moment. I know that he doesn't get much playtime right now, but when he has come in, he's dominated, and 3/4 of the league, apart from a tiny little blip at the beginning where he was playing a bit too aggressive, he has been an unbelievable force of nature. This is what he believes his best clip has ever been, and I just think he's the standout favorite.
Well, here's the man for me, Joshua Wilkinson, because I'm all about the super right now, and I think a lot of people, you're going to be questioning that, but he makes sick plays when he does get played. Even when he is playing Orisa right now for his team, he's still putting up standout performances, and he is part of the reason why this team was so dominant so far throughout the entirety of this season.
Just fatty shatties.
Yeah,
for
fatty
days.
shotties for days, man.
That's great.
All day long. I mean, look at this. He's pulling off this. It actually makes me miss Goats. Just watching him play it.
Yeah, right now it's pretty fun.
Some meaty earth shatters, not for the vegans, not for the vegans.
Yeah, but speaking of main tanks, we of course have to mention Gushue. What a run he had this season. I mean, he came into a team, he didn't even speak the same language. Clearly there were communication issues, and no one really thought that despite his great Overwatch World Cup performances on the Winston, we were still not sure if we're actually going to see him being fielded as their main tank. But they persistently fielded him over his counterpart, and he's been performing great.
All right, we'll take a look at his skis, okay? Twilight comes in. Probably the best Ana we've got right now in the league, and I don't think that's a controversial claim right now. I mean, actually, funnily enough, Violet has picked up Ana recently in this stage, and he's putting up similar numbers. But Twilight, the entirety of this season, he's been making plays, and it's not just the Ana, of course. His Zenyatta as well. He's got the fragging potential there, and he's got the game sense and the coordination with the rest of his team.
All right, so Janu is our final MVP pick as well, and this is a guy that we really just know from these enormous Diva bombs throughout. It's his clutch positioning and the way that he supports the Vancouver Titans, sure, but when you need a person to come up flashy with a big 4K to turn a fight around or just make sure it's totally closed out, Janu is your guy. And he's actually been performing reasonably well on the Roadhog, and I love the way he's playing in this match as well. I feel like the tank synergy was the thing that was missing recently from the Titans, and I've been so impressed with how Janu's been playing in this match. I think he's up there with Choyobin at the moment in this game.
Really?
Wow. Yeah, when it comes to the Diva. When it comes to the Diva.
Roadhog Choi is
Choi's hog is cracked. Remember that.
Remember that.
It is. Well, I mean, Janu is an MVP candidate, so it makes sense. Well, there are just 2 days left to cast your vote for the T-Mobile MVP, so use the hashtag OWLMVP and the player of your choice on Twitter, or go through our new voting system on Twitch. Now, guys, since this is our last T-Mobile checkpoint, I have to know, who are you voting for? We'll start with you, Josh.
I just said I'm going for Sinatra.
Okay.
I really believe that he's the favorite pick at the moment. I think he's just been such a phenomenal player all year.
All right, Brent.
For me, it's actually Super, I think, because he's been a leadership figure for the team across the board. You're raising your eyebrows at me. The guy has matured a lot as an individual.
Yeah,
he's stepped up. He used to be an average player. He's now an elite player.
And I like Sinatra.
So
it's up for an argument.
All right,
I'm going to
then.
take your mic and chuck it.
Well, I'm gonna pick Gushue because I do think he had an incredible journey. I do think that he stepped up in a way which other players really haven't.
as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
He had to learn a different language. He had to synergize in a completely different level with his team, and his play speak for himself. I think he's outstanding, really.
Yeah, I think I'll agree with you on that. My vote goes to Gushue as well. I don't think they'd be in the playoffs without Gushue on that team, in my opinion. But guys, this has been your T-Mobile MVP checkpoint. And now that we're getting ready for the second half, I do have to ask you guys one more question before we hop in. We're going to Kings Row next. Who does this map favor between these two teams?
I'm going to go with my theory that because Kings Row is so much better for May Reaper, that is going to be actually favoring the Vancouver Titans.
Okay.
I think they'll continue to run a lot of
Watch
that.
them field Haxel for that one.
I was going to say.
If they do, I mean, my theory is throw it away.
I don't know if I agree with that, honestly. The way they were playing the Reaper and the Doomfist as well, with Som and Su coming into the lineup, I actually have a feeling that kind of suits the Kings Row, the architecture of the map a lot well. It's a lot more choke pointed. There's a lot of walls. You can get a lot of easy kills if you know what you're doing on the field.
So we do love to see the hook and halt combo there, and I do very much believe in the San Francisco Shock in that regard. I think Smurf and Choi can really make an impact.
All right, well, guys, we got a good match on our hands. It's all tied up 1-1, a potential overtime match because this one's very close. Make sure you stay tuned. More Kit Kat Rivalry Weekend coming up in just a bit.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by T-Mobile, now connecting 99% of Overwatch League fans. Catch your league on America's network, T-Mobile.
Welcome back from the break, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, there you have it. We are live here from the Novo at LA Live. My name is Summit, with me is Hex, and we're in a tied-up series, Hex. Tied up.
You know, Sandler, I've been wondering, why are those people above the splash tanks?
Hex, you're just such a bad liar, but I'm going to go ahead and read this anyway, because I know you're not wondering. Let's go. We got one for Shock, we got one for Titans. They are so-called super fans. Both teams pick super fans. Fans watch from Kit Kat splash tanks for the entire match. Those fans, they're not allowed to move.
The entire match?
The entire match, Hex.
All right.
And so the winning team will get a $1,500 charity pay. Essentially, they get $1,500 for charity.
Well, that's good.
And the joy of splashing the other team's fan.
Yeah, I don't want to mock that.
All right, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's solid. I like that.
Yeah, charity's great.
They also optionally get. Well, no, they don't optionally get it. They actually get it, whether they get splashed or not.
The optional thing was what they wrote down, that you didn't have to say it, you idiot. But yeah,
they may get Kit Kats.
Both fans will get lifetime supplies of Kit Kats, but $1,500 for charity, also good. So it's been fun.
You see, I thought they were up there because they were actual fans, but I mean, if you're going to give me a lifetime supply of Kit Kats, you know, hey, I'll sit up there.
They are actual fans.
Be filled with piranhas, I'd still do it.
Unlike you, those people actually have allegiances and feelings.
Hey, there we go. Well, my allegiance is to him, Hex. He's on the stage. I called out Architect, and he put up a god-tier performance. You got to give it to Architect. He definitely did step up at the end there.
Played great.
But now you've got Sinatra on the stage.
Old Blue Eyes swinging on a star comes back in for the San Francisco Shock. Sinatra, let's go, boy.
Let's get into it. Kings Row. Hybrid map. You're going to capture this objective here, and that is your first goal on the offense, first and foremost, and then you're going to be pushing a payload through. This is the second point, and the third point right around the corner. 3 points possible on the map, and, well, it's the San Francisco Shock who are going to be starting on the offense, Hex, so we'll see what they're capable of.
Titans, a 10-0 record on Kings Row. Shock 4-4. This is the map I always remember Sinatra on. He was playing Tracer and just started chucking pulse bombs into the enemy team's spawn. Gonna be on the fist early on here. Doom Fist for Sinatra. Rascal's gonna play the man. We'll see if there's any switches that come up when the offense scouts out the defensive composition.
Well, they know there's a May. After that, well, hey, we're gonna see if someone's just gonna get that Hanzo in gear here, if he's gonna start connecting arrows with faces. Bit of pressure on him, but now you're gonna get some, Sinatra, and he's sticking to the fist as well, Hex. And he's gonna get right into the back line. Well, there you go. That's a perfect start. Oh, I mean, he gets slept. That was a sick sleep from Repel. But still, Slime is dead. That's a lot of healing gone by the wayside here for the Titans. They've lost Smurf.
And Sinatra gets out of this. Kings Row, the offense will have the advantage on respawns, a minuscule one, but the spawn advantage in their favor. A couple of nice kills there.
What is going on here? How did he wind? I thought he got blocked out, and then all of a sudden he's in the room.
Yeah, it happens.
Awkward.
Why teams are running Doomfist, though, is that when Baptiste came out, everyone thought it's the natural counter, because Baptiste has the immortality fields, but it only works in a certain area, and what Doomfist is so great is about displacing people before he kills them. Knock them in the air, dead. I don't care if your field's down or not, I don't have to deal with your frisbee, and he comes in and gets the kill.
Get the lantern. There's the other name that we go by.
Lantern, frisbee, drone, it's all the same.
I mean, someone who's been doing decent work. He's got one final blow so far on this defense, and that's going to set it up for a Dragon now. Trying to cut off one point of access onto the point here for the San Francisco Shock. Violet, soon as he gets that Coalescence online, he's going ahead, beaming away. The Beamy Boy, at least part-time when the ults are up.
You can see why the Titans are undefeated on this map. They know what room they have to give up to be able to hold. And yeah, they're going to lose a few, but I don't think they're going to lose this fight.
Oh man, Smurf, yeah, he's going to get murdered. Gargamel is here after all. And he is a Titan, apparently. That would be sick, actually. It's like channeling their Dark Sorcerer. We'll see how that pans out. I'll stop rambling, and let's get into the action.
Sinatra has his escape mechanism available, otherwise known as his ultimate ability. You never really initiate with it. Goes to the back line.
And then he's got the Meteor Strike. Get out of dodge. Oh, the sound barrier, though, going to make it difficult. He's trying to pick a target. He's going to hit quite a few, but again, insta-slept by Repel. This might be it, though. Somasu goes down, and you lose Slime as well. The San Francisco Shock, everybody hale and healthy on their side. They are murdering the defense, and the Titans will cave in the end. And it was about time for the San Francisco Shock. They were starting to get a bit low on the time bank.
was getting a little bit odd. They're going to chase this down and try to put some pressure on. I don't think Sinatra is going to play this through the second point, but, you know, he's been playing a lot of the Doomfist lately, and every time someone's doubted Sinatra when he wants to switch heroes, I'm like, have you guys met him? Have you seen how good he was at Tracer, how good he is now at Zarya? I mean, Somansu and Sinatra were the best two Zaryas in the entire league, and now they're both playing Doomfist. Yeah. At a certain point, there's just such a thing as a good flavor.
There it is. Looks like Sinatra wants to make a statement, Hex. He wants to make it abundantly clear. He is the best Fist on the server right now. Catches Sue out and then just opens it all up. That's going to be it. Now, Vancouver Titans have to give ground, and this is going to be a whole lot of push for the San Francisco Shock, who will be looking to deliver the Titans with their first loss here. Give them their first loss on the map.
10-0, the Titans coming into Kings Row. San Francisco, after breaking through first, have not stopped through the streets phase. Vancouver will set up a defense here, though. Rascal's got Blizzard. I'd like to see it come out earlier rather than later. He's on the flank. Oh, no!
Dude, Repel just doesn't miss sleeps. He just doesn't miss sleeps. He's hit every single one. They nearly get the gank on him. Close call there for Rascal, who is still out in the mix. So Smurf finding the kill on Somansu, though, is going to open it up, and there it is. Sinatra, point blank, fist to the face. Stitch sent down to the canvas, and it is going to be a wipe here for the Titans. Just getting run over. Took the Shock a little bit of time to get the things rolling on that first point, but they just have not stopped progressing since.
And Rascal's able to hold on to the Blizzard, which I thought they should have used just to start that fight. He got slept early on. The rest of the team's like, don't worry, man. Have a siesta. Yeah. We got the rest of this one.
Taking a load off. Repel Strange, he switched over to the Moira. There's at least 3 sleeps, 3 clutch sleeps that I saw come out of him.
Early on, we were told Repel was playing because Twilight wasn't feeling well. I'm not sure that's the truth. Repel is actually just crushing. Twilight's an MVP candidate. He's on the bench.
He's on the bench. Just like Super, you know, he's watching on as Smurf is here taking that main tank role for the San Francisco Shock. 2 T-Mobile MVPs possible for each of these teams. Or at least you got 2 per team here. But these are the top 2 teams in the league, so let's go. This should come as a surprise to nobody. Just like Sinatra taking Repel into the whirlwind of death. That was brutal. Looking for the follow-up. He's gonna get it. That's 2. Let's get a third as well. From the heavens into your face.
Sinatra going in again against his opposing number, just rolling through. San Francisco Shock off the back of Sinatra's 9 final blows. Rocks Kings Row.
Oh man, the super fan above the splash tank isn't looking so confident right now. He's shaking his head at me. He's like, yeah, no, this is not looking good. But we'll see. There it is. Yeah, a bit more confidence on that side. We're taking a break. We'll be right back.
Coca-Cola is the official refreshment of the Overwatch League.
Well then, the Shock have shown up to play Sinatraa. That's the thing, everybody's thinking, oh, Architect on Volskaya, this is why Sinatra's benched. He's fit for the bench now. Hex, he doesn't have it in him to dominate. No, Sinatraa is still a god. He rolled in, he ran right through the Titans.
The old rope-a-dope, letting you think that you're up ahead, and then Sinatraa comes in, like Ali, just crushing people here.
Laid him out. Laid him out with the fist, and then he's got the fist on defense too.
He played Doomfist a couple weeks ago, and everyone's like, Sinatraa, Doomfist, and he rocked on Hanamura, caught people in corners all day, and man, his Doomfist looks refined. So when you sit these great players on the bench for a little bit, and they're like, hey, you're gonna play if you can pick up Doomfist, all right, I got it, no problem.
Yeah, when you're thinking about a guy who just punches people in the face, you know, refining. A refined fist is whew, tough. Oh, you're not making it out of there, buddy. So it says I'm back to spawn. Get out of Sinatra's turf. And now, whoa, this is interesting. Oh, that's a tough one. That's not good. If he gets pinned here, a great support coming in though from the back line on the Shock, and Sinatraa still dies, still gets caught.
Rascal almost saved his life, rotated over just to do so, and now they'll lose Rascal as well.
This is a tough one here for the San Francisco Shock. And they are pretty much done here on the defense, so a blindingly quick time here for the Titans. Just one push, all they needed.
Rascal
right on through.
Rascal had to put himself in harm's way to try to save Sinatraa. Had he saved him, it looks great, and they probably pull that back, but then you lose them both, then you have no damage, and it's just a matter of time before the Titans roll over the San Francisco Shock on point A. Going to the streets phase here. The Shock not going to give up a ton of ground, though. Remember, they just rolled right through, and Vancouver was only able to fight kind of at the very last second, and they got rolled over. Yeah. San Francisco wants to force a fight earlier.
Oh, Stitch. Quick plays, quick thinking there. Stays alive for now, and you got Sinatraa in the back line again, hunting for a target. He was looking for a squishy. He finds a tank instead. That's a tin can that is not going to go anywhere just yet.
There goes Blizzard.
Yep, Rascal gets his Blizzard eaten by Janu. Once again, the plays from Janu. And this is the Titans just barreling through the defense. They are doing it just as quickly as the Shock did.
Sinatraa got nanoed during that fight too. They put a lot of resources into it. Violet's gonna switch off onto the Moira to try to get back for this next fight. There will be another fight before the point. However, the Titans in a dominant economic position. They've got Blizzard, they've got the ground barrage, which is Death Blossom, and a sound barrier self-destruct.
There we go. There we go.
Bye-bye, Blizzard! That's one way to deal with it!
Yep, get rid of him. And now Bumper outpaced as well. Sinatraa, clutch punches both times. Looking for a third as well. Could go for it. Yep, there it is. Repelled to the wall. Get out of here, buddy. Repelled right off the side of a cliff, and that's never pretty.
That initial pick is so important, though, because Blizzard is the best ultimate in this current meta right now that teams are running. It's a budget graviton, charges a little faster, does similar things. And to take Stitch out means that you kind of have to back out and reset. Now the economics are starting to even up. Vancouver wants the 1%, now getting down to the middle class.
Now we gotta get those ults in though. Now is this the play? There's a sound barrier from Slime, making it possible for Sominsu to go for the Blossom. Rascal had to play it very carefully. Will be in. No, he's gonna get taken out by Stitch. It looked like perhaps he could survive, but not meant to be. Man advantage now for the Titans, and Sominsu looking to press that. Choi is in a bit of a tight spot, caught in the corner. Sinatraa still trying to be the hero back here, but he will eventually go down. And this is the Titans now. They have succeeded in working their way through the defense.
More than once, the San Francisco Shock have gone on aggressive flanks, and then people have to try to bail them out as much as humanly possible. And those people who have tried to bail them out end up dying themselves. Yes, so while I thought it was really good early on to play aggressive that way, you kind of just have to let a guy die if he's going to go over there. Because Violet's over there with Coalescence trying to get something done. Now he has to bail out. Someone else tries to come in and save him. And now you've just lost 3 guys instead of 1.
Oh, nice attempt there to take Bumper out of the picture. That could have been big. Zoning. Meteor strike here from Sinatraa. He's able to survive and get out of harm's way. The wall goes in, cuts him off from the rest of them. And it's looking like so far the Shock, they're taking damage, they're taking punishment, but they have not caved yet. Sinatraa doing the best he can right now to fight it back. But then Sominsu with the double bloom, making a triple. quad kill for Sominsu. He's going to get the D-Mech as well. Couldn't get the follow-up. No, Stitch, you rob him.
This has always been one of the best spots in the entire game for Reaper, because look at the high ground you have on either side. There's a window that I'm certain was designed just for Reaper to get up there and drop Death Blossom. Or you can go to the other side, or you can go to the other high ground. There's so many Blossom start-off points. On the last of King's Row, Sominsu takes great advantage.
Oh yeah, brutal turn of events now, but Slime removes Rascal from the picture, and now we're going to get Stitch. Yep, he gets that Blizzard off. And you get difficult here for the San Francisco Shock. 2 kills, 8-3, and that's it. Gonna be the Titans tying it up. 3 points picked up for the Titans.
As close as it can be, about 15 seconds separates these two teams in the time bank, and everybody loves King's Row.
Yeah, since the beginning, man. Since the beginning of last season.
It's the map.
When King's
It's
Row
the map of Overwatch. Guess what? More King's Row after the break.
Back into the action. The Vancouver Titans on the defense, the San Francisco Shock on the offense. They had less time left in the bank, so they get another go at it first on the Shock, but this is as good as it gets, Hex. Sominsu, the real hero here. He just completely annihilated the San Francisco push.
I talked about all the high ground because that's usually where you see Reapers come off the top rope. He just walks behind them. And that's the new Reaper. Reaper finally gets to be a flanker because his teleport doesn't say, "Hi guys, I'm right here, please kill me." It's a little more quiet, it's a little quicker, and we've seen great players use it to great effect.
They've been looking good. They've been looking good, but the Shock, they had an excellent performance the first time around here on offense. And Sinatra still looking for a way through. He is under pressure though. Nicely done there by Janu. Just making sure that Sinatra stays honest on this push. Can't let him get into the back line for free. He is looking to take full advantage of it, though. Good barriers here, and Sominsu, he is going to be taken out. That's Bumper, who will fall at the hands of Sinatra and the rest of the team, and the San Francisco Shock already finding all the kills.
Can you imagine what it's like to play with the amount of support Sinatra's getting? Well, he gets down to like 10 HP, and everyone's healing him. He can do whatever he wants. My goodness, it must be fun to play Doomfist that way. He gets in there, gets everything done, bails out when he has to, gets the big burst healing from Violet. Moth speeding him in and out whenever he needs, as if Doomfist needed more mobility. And they burn through point A in about 30 seconds. 90 seconds on the clock for the Shock to continue to push on their second go of King's Row.
They are in position. Oh, now this is the punish attempt here because he knows that Sominsu cannot shade out. And there it is. Sinatra still in this. Gets body blocked by a tank though, and now he's in a bit of a closed room, and that's exactly where Sominsu wants him. 1-for-1 trade. Stitch goes down on the side of the Titans. So it's a 5v5. You got bombs on both sides, and who's going to go boom? It's going to be Choi Omen coming up with 2. Sominsu finds one of his own, but it is the San Francisco Shock with an edge here. The Titans having to give ground.
Super aggressive in the back line now. It's just trying to play the stall game. Die on cart is the call. Slime going back, trying to bring his entire team back into the fight. And look, this delay has actually been pretty good. That payload didn't move very far during that fight, even though the Shock won it. A couple of stragglers for Vancouver, able to delay that cart push. Let's see where Sinatra's setting up here. He's top left right now in the corridors of King's Row. Rascal gonna join him. 20 seconds remains. That's why you hear the Inception booms.
Getting dramatic music. This could be the final push. This is on the Shock. How do they get it done? Great focus fire on Sinatra, not getting out scot-free this time, and that is going to make life difficult here for the Shock. They lose Moth as well, and they're dying one after the other. This is as far as the cart will go. The Vancouver Titans took their time about it. One solid fight at the Arch, and now they just clobber the Shock. And that's it. 4 points picked up here for the San Francisco Shock on their second round of offense.
The Shock will lose that fight, but I think the idea behind it was really smart because I think they knew the Titans had Blizzard. You have to know at that point. And you know Blizzard's just going to go on the card, so no one can really fight it. So your best bet is to send your damage dealers to the back line, try to get some kills there, while the rest of your front line backs up a little bit, and then when Blizzard dissipates, you can re-engage. Didn't work out for Sinatraa getting kills early on, and the Blizzard ended up crushing, so, but if you're tracking ults well enough, you know that Blizzard's coming, and you can't really do anything about it.
Yeah, you're just gonna have to try and play around it. That's kind of tough when it's just slowing you down and making you an easier target for the rest of the Titans to pounce on. So the Titans now, they'll get their crack at it. 251 in the bank for them, so a little bit more room for error, a little bit more time to work with. And I mean, Somazu's been looking very good on the Reaper. He is chunking away. Wow.
Yeah.
Took a minute here. Haven't looked at the stats for a minute, but Somazu currently sitting at the top of the pack with 20 final blows on that Reaper.
Sinatraa close second at 17 on the Doomfist. I mean, but Doomfist always just gets final blows. It's kind of the nature of his hero.
That's kind of
he doesn't get assists, right? He's a finisher.
He is a greedy boy. A fisty boy.
Let's run that one through PR.
Yay. Well, Titans. Now we see what are they capable of. 2:45 on the clock. The push has begun. San Francisco Shock, they know what they're up against now, and it is a bit of a high ground hold here so far from the Shock, but at some point they're gonna have to get down on the point and start contesting because the Titans nearly pick up, they've nearly picked it up already, and that's Sinatraa just obliterating Stitch.
Oh, it's the most fun hero to spectate that has ever been developed in this game. Hate playing against it, hate dying to it, love watching it. Doomfist comes in enormous for the Shock's defense.
Oh, no, God. Just can't quite squeak through. Well, you know, he heard what we were saying. He's like, Somazu's got 20 final blows. Hold on, I gotta handle this. He's at 19 now, Sinatraa.
That's the fight between the two. Vancouver back to the drawing board with 2 minutes remaining on their offensive push. 3 points to 4. Need to at least unlock first point. Get a little bit of progress on the card as well.
Yeah, they did get that permanent tick as well, so less room to go. There's the Coalescence, going to cut through all the shenanigans here, as well as heal up Somazu. They are just getting chunks down on the side of the Shock. Massive pressure getting put out here by the Titans, who are just looking for a crack in the defense. Somazu barely survives it, but Sinatraa, once again, he will find the kill that will just draw this push to a close.
Great healing from the Shock during that time. Coalescence goes through all the shields. They play positionally really well. There's a phone booth back there you can hide behind. They did that. They got all the healing they needed from Violet. And then Sinatraa comes up with the goods yet again. $1:10 on the clock.
It's just not a lot of time here for the Titans. Single tick. Ult coming in. They will have bumper with the boop, and well, no, it is going to be all-out warfare now here from the Titans. It's just too much pressure. Sinatraa can't survive it. Moth with the sound barrier trying to keep his teammate alive. It just wasn't enough. Stitch gets his ult eaten by Choyobin again. That's a Blizzard gone to waste, but the Titans are still finding the kills, and this will favor them.
Not going to be enough as it's just supports for the Shock as they try to retreat. The payload will unlock about halfway through the streets phase of King's Row is where the Vancouver Titans need to push this cart. The Shock will likely try to take a fight as early as possible to make sure that Vancouver has to win 2 fights to win this map. And as our great observers highlighted, the Shock in a great position with 4 ultimates nearing 5 in their bank.
Sinatra's just waiting up here, but this is giving a whole lot of free push to the Titans. At some point, I think the Shock have got to go, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Sinatraa right into the deep end. No fear from him. He's got the Meteor Strike. He's going to use it. Coming in on high. Any way to go? Nope, not going to happen, but it's still a kill feed filled with blue. Sinatra's not done yet. No, he's going to find 2. Stitch is there to remove him, though, and it is the Titans winning out the fight. Choyobin gets DMX. He's not going to be able to do much. And it's the Titans pushing forward. Is there anybody here who can contest?
Nope. Titans take this map. Titans remain undefeated on King's Row.
You still get it. Okay, you get the hamster man. He's in here.
Oh, don't make me look bad. Early Hammond.
It's so close.
There.
It's so close, though. The Hammond, I mean, you have Buffer trying to do the best he can. Unbelievable. No, it's Smurf here, but they are just getting cleaned up one after the other, and the Titans will find success on Kings Row. They will reclaim the lead in the series, 2-1. San Francisco did the best they could. Sinatra with an all-star performance, tied in the end with Somin Su for final blows, but it wasn't enough. It's a team game after all, Hex, and the San Francisco Shock just didn't quite have it on Kings Row.
Vancouver Titans 11-0 on Kings Row. They are the kings of this row. The most old school map in Overwatch, and a new team is the champions of it.
The Overwatch League is powered by Intel. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7. And by Omen by HP, the official PC and display of the Overwatch League.
The Prodigy.
Prodigy.
The Prodigy. He is very young, so it almost feels like child prodigy-esque.
I first started playing games when I was really young. I watched my brother play Crash Bandicoot. I wanted to play with him, so that was like the first game I really played. And then friends that I had met, they told me about Overwatch, and then we made a team, and then Overwatch League.
He is kind of another one of those kids who came in too young to even play in the league.
He was ineligible for play because he hadn't turned 18 yet when they started.
They had to wait for him, and once he was in, you can very much tell that he was very young and also maybe a little bit inexperienced.
How much did he even play last year?
So being able to just, sit there and kind of not do anything, it was kind of just gets you antsy. You want to play, you want to help the team. And a lot of people are like, super, he wasn't good, he's going to be a bench warmer. But, we're over that now.
Certainly one of the biggest personalities that we have. He's a guy who will talk trash to the other team. He'll talk trash to his team.
Look at these ugly, sloppy players.
They're definitely scared of us.
Yeah, 100%.
And also, he's just one of the funniest guys on the planet.
I like to try and make people laugh and just ease the mood a bit.
You gotta keep people having fun to a certain extent.
And I think a lot of the stuff that he brings to the table, you can't really look at in stats that don't show up. It's just the confidence for the rest of the squad, which I think you can't really put a number on.
He has managed to pick up the main tank role.
It's funny to have a small person play such a big role. He's an aggressive Ryan, but the team goes with him. That's why Zarya, played by Sinatra, and Reinhardt work well together. Zarya can bubble the Reinhardt, so it gives Super opportunities to play more aggressively, which then charges up Sinatra's energy so he can do more damage. So they need each other to do what they both do and how they play.
Falls. Super had like no health, but they somehow kept him alive.
It's kind of like surreal that I was able to like surpass those expectations and be nominated for MVP. I think it would just be a big redemption arc.
Cast your vote on Twitter using #OwlMVP and the Players Battle tag, or during any remaining regular season broadcast on Twitch. Voting ends on August 25th, so let your voice be heard.
So, took a couple things away from that, is that you can still vote for the T-Mobile MVP. You guys can still get your votes in.
Until tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last day.
Until tomorrow. Also, Super doomed himself. There's a caster curse and there's a player curse. You know, you're just like, oh, they said I was doomed to be a bench warmer. Where's Super? No, it's still Smurf up there. It's still Smurf. We're coming back from a break and it's still Smurf. Where is Super? What's going on here, San Francisco?
Super's probably hanging out with my MVP vote, Twilight, who's also not seen any playtime today. I thought Twilight was going to be a shoo-in for this MVP, and it has been Repel all day.
I think Matt, Mr. X, you know, he nails it right there in that video, saying that certain players, they'll bring it's intangibles. You can't point it out. You can't look at stats and say, this equals a win here. It's Super with the trash talk. It's Super building up the confidence for his team. It's Super in the tight spots who's going to be there, be that leader. Despite his age, right from the get-go at the beginning of this season, not only has he dominated in game, but he's been there for his team. And right now, I think they need him. They need him versus the Titans.
Maybe, but the man who did bring this game back from the brink when they were getting rolled over was Architect. And Architect will be coming back in for Sinatra.
Indeed he will.
Sinatra played a really good Doomfist, but Architect probably the better Hanzo. And now that we go over to Havana,
it's a good Hanzo map. Yeah. You can definitely take advantage. You got these long streets to work with here, where you can just take shots all day long. A couple of flank angles, high, low ground. Yeah. Lots of variety here for Hanzo players. So yes, okay, Architect coming back into it, solid. But as far as the tanking is concerned, I mean, I do want to see some Super play here from San Francisco. Shaw, keep in mind, this is almost a best of 3 between these two teams. You know, it's 1-1 right now.
We might be going to 5, because if you saw the map records there briefly at the bottom of your screen, San Francisco 6-1. Vancouver a paltry 2-2.
2-2.
Meager 2-2.
Losing out to the Washington Justice doesn't really count, Hex. All right.
It does now.
Let's get into it. What's going to happen? An early hold here coming in from the Titans. Standard fare. San Francisco Shock, they do get a full-on gander here of what they're running up against. And so Architect is going to stay on that Hanzo. Rascal working his way up to that Blizzard. Doing a pretty good job of it, too. And that's Bumper going down early. That's a big punish here.
It was a nice wall, but it just puts Smurf over Bumper, and he shoots him in the head, and now they're able to take that main fight.
Whoa, buddy, what's this? Oh, the big kill's coming through. Oh, they are just turning it around. Bumper, we don't need him.
There's just a mess in the back right corner as Vancouver gets really aggressive on it. They're able to pick up the next several kills. A Diva's DMAX, so now is the swing back. I mean, here's what happens when you hold outside of a spawn, right?
Yeah.
You start losing 1 or 2, then you're just going to be outnumbered for the rest of the fight. But I've said this on every other escort map. I love holding right outside of a spawn because you're going to get another fight.
Indeed. That's the important thing here. And Bumper's doing, he's got, you're playing a little bit with fire here, Bumper, buddy. You got to back off. You do not want to die now because that would really throw things out of whack for the defense. You need the rest of your team to come back through here, running back from spawn, and that's about to happen now. So here's the second chance for the Titans to contest. Bumper took a lot of damage, but a great Bionade gets thrown in, and now we're just going to get Blizzard's May-on-May action. Repel's already used the boost as a spot heal, so we'll see. It's Sominsu, and he's looking to get in here. Backline angle, but not going to get caught off guard, Moth.
Yeah, Sominsu got to the backline. He tried to deal with Moth, but it's not going to happen. Ultimates come out, and San Francisco comes out on top.
Yeah, now we're starting to see that coordination come through here for San Francisco. Solid Halls, it's a hook combo. That is pretty vanilla these days now. Once we've seen the Hog combos coming through here with the Orisa, just the setup. But the Titans, they're going to get sent packing. 2 minutes on the clock. We'll get some added here as they pick up this point.
This should just be a take. I don't think Vancouver's in position to be able to come fight this, nor should they. 4 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock as San Francisco captures that point. Now Vancouver trying to figure out where they want to set up. Oddly enough, the tanks are not on high ground. They're just holding right outside the door again.
Now, awkward stuff. Rascal on a bit of a flank is the May as well. Taking a peek. Not going to find too much there, and they are still sticking together, Titans. They refuse to give up the first kill in this situation. They're looking for that Hulk hook, and Moss is barely going to survive. Nope, never mind. Summon Sue with the flank. Takes him out of the picture. Rascal gone as well.
Rascal gone after he dropped the Blizzard in, and yes, they get a kill on the swing back. Architect gets Yeomansu, but that's going to be it. A lot invested for San Francisco there, and nothing got out of it. Moth panicked as he was pressured. He dropped the amplification matrix. They got nothing there because there was no one there to help him. He was the only one to use it. Taken out anyway. Rascal drops a Blizzard. No one there to help him. Taken out anyway. And now San Francisco back to the drawing board on this one. 3 minutes remain. Can open it up with a Dragon, and Violet needs to hold this Transcendence for the next Blizzard. You have to use it defensively.
There's the Hanzo, yeah. You have the Blizzard or the Dragons. Which is it going to be? Architect decides to throw in the Dragons, though, and now Summon Sue looking to connect fist with face.
Great Transcendence. That Blizzard gets nothing for Vancouver.
Oh, Architect, though. This is a chance, but hey! There's Rascal. Great support for Architect. Summon Sue stuck with an icicle, no less. And the Titans, they're still holding on to this. Repel takes down Violet. That could be interesting. Now you don't have it, and now you're going to get the Sound Bear thrown in here. Vancouver Titans believe they can win out on this fight.
Smurf going to drop the Supercharger, trying to push this one back. Window comes up. Architect's able to take down Bumper, and now the other tank for Vancouver will fall.
This is getting out of hand. You get Jono D-Max. It's just chaotic. It's just a non-stop fight through and through here. Both of these teams throwing haymakers, and it is San Francisco Shock who stabilize in the end in the warm light of the lantern.
This entire set has been a barroom brawl. I've seen pool cues broken over back. Someone threw a stool up there. Someone got knuckle dusters confiscated. It has been as gritty as it gets as far as a set. Still not over yet. San Francisco continues to push. I think Vancouver's in a spot where they can come fight this.
They can. They're just a little low on ults, but they are going to get a Dragon out of it, and they get the Blizzard as well. There's a lot going in, invested into this fight here for the San Francisco Shock. They had better get value. They are using all of their ultimates. Titans aren't holding back on their side either. Repel there with the boost, and the kills are still going the way of the San Francisco Shock. You got a bit of orange here in the kill feed, and it is not looking like it's going to change anytime soon.
They should be fine. Yeomansu went in really deep with his Wraith Walk, but then he got frozen on his attempt to escape. And a change up here for Vancouver. Wholesale changes. We've got double sniper, Stitch and Yeomansu on the Widowmaker and the Hanzo respectively. Slime will go over to the Mercy. San Francisco's in a decent spot to be able to pressure this early. You don't want to get held here.
Now you get to have the, yep. This is the gun show. This is where Stitch, he's got that long line. Just looks to take shots all day long. Choi is gonna find Bumper. Stitch looking to reposition, trying to make himself a tougher target. I like that, but it's not gonna save him in the end. Rascal long range with the body shot will take him out of the fight. Slime is gone as well here for the Titans. It is going to be the hold at the castle gates for the Vancouver Titans.
The reason why double sniper is somewhat bad in some of these situations is because it does leave Bumper all alone. He's just up there, he gets isolated and killed immediately, and then you're getting picked off.
There you go. Those were bold moves made by Architect, but eventually you're going to get punished. There is no way you're allowed to stay there. Soman Sue going in with the flank, body blocking these players into this room. I mean, Rascal takes down Repel, but that's inconsequential. He even gets res. Slime using the res, no less.
The team kill horn comes out. It does seem like Vancouver's going to hold back onto the payload, though, and rather than going forward. No changes from San Francisco to deal with this double sniper. Oh, Choyo been playing with fire. He'll take a breather, rethink it.
Yeah, he will literally take a breather. Have a nap, Choi. And then get dragons to the face. Lantern is there, though, so they will survive. You just got to force that lantern. You got to get that lantern out of here. But now you're going to get the window pane down. The San Francisco Shock looking to capitalize on this. Bumper somehow surviving. Great heals coming through here from the Vancouver Titan back line. And Violet realizing this must have hit a volley there on Repel. Catches him looking the wrong way. Good punish. Slime with the res online, though, will bring him back. And now Rascal, oh! make the jump. Can't quite do it. Doesn't matter though, his team are finding kills nonetheless. And the San Francisco Shock, they've got some grit here, Hex. 40 seconds. 40 seconds on the clock, and it's looking like they'll be picking up 3 unless there's some kind of miracle that happens here for the Titans.
It's a really smart play there early from Violet to use Transcendence because he knows he doesn't have to hold it for Blizzard anymore. There's no Mei on the field, so he uses it just to stay alive, to heal the rest of his team up, and now it's just a hamster shenanigans stopping them.
Oh, so close. He did have the last second contest there, but this has got to be it. Slime is gone, Bumper as well. Somasu trying to make some kind of magic with Stitch as well happen, but it's just not going to be enough, and they will collect 3 points on the offense. San Francisco Shock. Solid performance from them.
Vancouver switch to the double sniper. San Francisco Shock splash tank candidate looking pretty happy. Please go to 5. Please win in 5th. I don't really want to go into the drink.
Into the drink. Just wait. Splash is possible, and we may be getting the change up here.
Someone's going in.
It is actually, yeah, inevitable. Right now, I mean, Titan Splash Man. He's looking all right. I mean, he's not giving up just yet. He knows his team has still got the edge in terms of maps. They're getting dialed in.
Yeah, San Francisco a much better record on this map, so anticipated that they would be able to finish it out. Now the win condition is rather simple to send us to a definitive and deserved, I think, map 5.
Yes,
I think this set needs to go to a 5th map.
Yes, for us, yes. But remember how it went on the first time they played Control for the Shock. That could have just been jitters. Could have been, little nerves playing in. First map of the series, not quite gelling, not quite getting the comms in. Titans come rip-roaring through and just wrecked you 2-0.
It's a new place, too, right? I mean, these teams are used to playing at the Blizzard Arena in Burbank, Los Angeles. Not the live from Novo at LA Live Arena here at the Kit Kat Rivalry Weekends.
You're as good as I am at these retakes. What a fallen.
Dude, I made my name selling out. That's how I got into Overwatch.
Oh, man. Your confidence is just, splashing a little bit on me there, mate. Take it easy.
Splash you like the wafer you are. All right, Vancouver, win condition. Well, they don't really have a win condition. If they don't finish this map, then we're going on map 5. If they finish this map, we'll do more Havana.
Well, I like to see this bit of McCree play. That's a change that I'm willing to accept. John Weaver going for a change on his side. Gonna get the Diva into it. Well, we've got Somasu sticking to his guns. He's got the Peacekeeper in hand. He's looking to find shots. So far, he's cranking some damage out there. Will find the first kill on Choyobin, remove the Lantern as well. And the San Francisco Shock giving a little bit of ground now. Smurf trying to find an angle here to hold. It's going to be at the corner once again.
Jono just ate the Dragon.
Oh, well, that is definitely going to be annoying for Architects. Pure frustration. Somasu trying to get clever with the flashbang. Not meant to be, but this is not going to work out here for the defense. If they lose their main tank, they don't have anywhere to hide.
The fire rate change from McCree made him really good at busting shields as well. So that's why you can see McCree run a little bit more, but the hubris gets the better of Siomansu. And I think with those couple of kills, San Francisco can stabilize on this defense. They have Blizzard coming in next as well.
Yeah, and Smurf is just running back into the fight now.
So the micro battle you want to look at is Rascal's Blizzard versus Repel, who's going to have Transcendence. San Francisco would love to hit a headshot on Repel to force that Transcendence out early to get value out of this Blizzard, because they have to know by now he's likely got it.
We're going to get the window to start things off. So a lot of damage getting cranked out. Bumper getting melted, but they can't quite get the angle on the Lantern, so everybody on the Titans, they survive. They will be able to get out of here. Now you'll get the boost, then you get the Dragon. You're just getting all the things.
Another Dragon eaten, this time on the other side.
But Repel actually uses it. He actually uses his trance in that fight, so Rascal gotta go ahead and commit the Blizzard. Nothing here to keep the Titans healed up, and it will be the Shock once again winning the fight.
It's exactly what you wanted to happen there. A beautiful eat early on from Choyobin denies the Dragon, which was supposed to open up the space for him. Didn't, because it didn't happen. And then they force Repel to use Transcendence. Rascal's just like, all right, great.
Yeah, but I could have swore I saw the Dragons come out, and I heard the audio cue as well. So a little bit weird there in terms of what's getting eaten and
I was watching the top down, just looking at the Kofi, so maybe I was incorrect. You're watching the program than I am.
No, it's not that. Whatever, no, I'm trying to clear you the bus.
I know. I'm just waiting for the forum threats.
Let's see it. Don't worry, they're always there.
They're always there.
San Francisco Still,
Get in there.
we will get the nano thrown in, and this is going to be Architect. Time to hit some headshots, Architect, because this is the golden opportunity. Shield, he'll be able to dodge it the old-fashioned way. And, well, doesn't really get too much out of the boost apart from the spot heal. Bumper, though, walks right into an arrow. Wrong place, wrong time. And the San Francisco Shock, they're doing a remarkable job of wasting time here for the Titans. We're about to pass the 60-second mark, and they've hardly made any progress at all on the side of the Titans.
60 seconds is it, and there's a Dragon and a Blizzard for the defense of the San Francisco Shock. Not a whole lot to work with here for the offense of the Vancouver Titans. Here's what you can do. Get a set point around the corner, drop the supercharger, and let Coalescence come through with the supercharger.
Yeah.
Breaks through shields, bypasses shields, and you try to just get something. Great Dragon, though, bisects the Vancouver Titans.
Yeah, this time we will see the full animation. This time we will see the Dragons, and Architect is on the hunt, on the high ground. It's the headshot there that opens it up. He was hunting for it, hoping to find the follow-up. Not quite going to be the case, and now he's under pressure. Got to be careful there, Johnny. You're running the risk of losing your mech, but the rest of his team are losing their lives. Could be worse. Rascal is out, but that is still 5 alive here for the San Francisco Shock, and with Moth on the window, they can definitely melt these bumper shields so quickly.
Oh, the wall comes in. This one is still on a razor's edge here, and Nano comes in late from San Francisco to try to bring this back. They don't want to go to point 2.
They don't want it. They want to shut it down right here, right now. Save energy for the 5th map, which will be Control. Slime trying to fight. He's going to take Architects, but it is still the San Francisco Shock trying to set up. They've got the sound barrier, though, and the Vancouver Titans at the very end will find a first point.
Even a blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while because Siomansu has been playing ultra aggro. He's just getting into the backline as quickly as possible using the teleports, and he's been rebuffed because San Francisco has figured out that's all he's doing. That's all he's doing. Yeah, and then he fades away. This time he gets back there, there's not enough to deal with him, not enough resources, gets that Death Blossom off. But he's been running the exact same style, the exact same thing the last 5 or 6 fights across maps. And San Francisco is waiting for it now.
They've made appropriate changes. We're going to get a changeover from... Oh, well, there's a nice flank. That's a way to deal with someone. So you send them back to spawn. Violet's changed up to Moira as well, so we'll get more of that AoE healing, but also a way to dodge out if someone sues on a flank. So halt combo, not going to happen. And this is San Francisco Shock. I mean, we're down to 1:30 again here for the Vancouver Titans. The Vancouver Titans, they're in a situation now where they need to win every fight. They just have to win out and push on through.
They're on borrowed time here. Moth is going to drop the Amp Matrix up top. There's no one to be able to deal with him, so he's going to rebuff them at the very least. He gets out. San Francisco giving ground. A big self-destruct, tries to find something.
Chucked in deep, but nothing coming of it. And now we get the Blizzard. Johnny, does he have to... it was nothing like he didn't even really need it. Bumper was able to survive on his own in that Blizzard. No worries there. Choi looking for it. Not going to find a kill either. Bumper shield gets eaten, and Bumper eventually gets whittled down. So the Vancouver Titans, they've lost their main tank, and they've lost their main heals. Now they are on borrowed time. Hex, it's not going to be a whole lot.
There's no way Rascal should be alive. He was so isolated and so alone, but the rest of his team showed up while he was in Icebox. Just baits the entire Titans in to try to kill him. And then San Francisco rolls up as a squad. You came to the wrong neighborhood over here. That's my boy Rascal you're trying to kill.
That's right. All right, let's see it. What do we got in play here for Titans? They can use the sound barrier to initiate. You have so many ults online here for the Shock, though. You use the sound barrier, Moth has got the window. You're still not going to live long, even with the bonus HP.
And they've got this ridiculous high ground on top of the distillery.
That ridiculous is right. Mei versus Mei, longest fight ever. Both of them get to look at each other, but that sets it up. Architect there for the wombo combo, playing off of his teammate. Stitch sent back to spawn with the Blizzard, no less. So the Titans losing one of their valuable ultimates. Sound barrier has been used already as well, so it's the Coalescence here for Repel trying to make the difference.
They got Moth, he was hanging out up top, but Siomansu teleports up, still very close between these two teams. Blizzard has to come out from Rascal, right?
Architect just does not seem to miss a shot. Architect just does not seem to miss. He is just doing so much damage. Siomansu finally shuts him down, but it's nothing but orange in the kill feed, and it is the Titans rebuffed on the 4th map of this series. The San Francisco Shock refused to say die, and we will be going to a 5th map. We will get the series we deserve, Hex.
I think we deserve it. I think the fans here deserve it. The fans at home deserve it. I could not be less surprised that we're going to map 5 between the San Francisco Shock and the Vancouver Titans. Team 1 and 2 interchangeably the entire Overwatch League 2019 season. Stage 1, Vancouver won. Stage 2, San Francisco won. We'll see who wins this one right after the break.
Hex, I'm distracted by all these wonderful cosplayers behind us here. The Rhine in particular is amazing, but you gotta give them props. Super sick costumes that they built, and that's awesome.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
No, neither could I.
Yeah.
But, you know,
I'm so, yeah.
We're cut from different cloth, you know? We talk into mics. They create awesome costumes.
We're not even that good at it. It's weird.
Exactly. It's kind of crazy.
How did this happen?
It's all good.
Just asking the questions you're asking at home. What are these fools doing here? Well, we're here for a map 5 between San Francisco and Vancouver. See how I just ramped it up right there? That's why.
That's what's going on. That's what's going on. And while the Titans right now, they haven't gotten up from the stage either. A couple of bathroom breaks over on the San Francisco Shock. They had the 3 minutes, a little bit of time to get up and move. Not so for the Titans. They are laser focused right now, Hex. They are looking to get the job done here on the 5th map.
When we started this set, we started on Control, and then we went early on into Assault, and it looked like Vancouver was just going to roll through this. It looked like it was going to be a 4-0 Vancouver. And then San Francisco woke up, and then Architect's like, oh yeah, I'll just shoot people.
I'll just get 23
it seems like a really good idea to just shoot people, and Architect started carrying them back.
In a first-person action game.
Yeah, a first-person action game. And then Sinatra came in, and he played Doomfist really well on King's Row, but they lost. I mean, it's just been a brawl back and forth between these two teams. You can highlight any player and say they're carrying the match because everybody on the stage has played really well. It's good Overwatch.
Yes, and these two teams air quotes, nothing to play for because they're locked into the playoffs. They're top 3 in the league.
Don't
they
tell
are in
them
the
that.
playoffs.
Don't tell them
but
that.
They are tied up 1-1 in head-to-head results. This is pride on the line. This is establishing who is the top dog in the league, hands down, going into the playoffs where the title is on the line. So you got the happy cow there.
Yeah. Which is why you can't take anything too seriously. Because we talk about all the stakes on the line, then look at this guy just swinging plastic udders.
You're just so happy to be doing it.
It's important to enjoy life. We're watching video games. Let's have a good time. The Shock are 2-3 in tiebreaker maps this season. The Titans undefeated in all of their game 5s. Let's go.
Yeah, time to get into it. This is now going to be a little bit of a change of strategy. Rascal coming up with the far, and now we're getting Architect as well on a Sombra. So definitely a change in the wheelhouse here from the San Francisco Shock. The Titans caught a little bit on the back foot. They don't really have an answer for Rascal, barring Janu flying up there to give him a hug. So they have to find value elsewhere. Oh yeah, Rebel out in the open. No, not a chance that he survives that.
Wasn't this switched earlier? Wasn't Architect on the Pharah earlier? Rascal's the better Pharah, so this is definitely how San Francisco should be playing.
And they will pick up first control here for the San Francisco Shock. They just dominate in that fight. Now we get to see, do we have any changes coming out here from the Titans, or do they decide to stick to this strategy? We will get Bumper going to a Winston. So that'll give them a bit of the vertical play. But on the damage dealers, they're sticking to it.
You can go Winston now that you know the other team's not running a Reaper. It's one of the hardest counters in the game. Reaper just crushes Winston. He goes in, absolutely rocks him. Bumper's gonna go back. When I see switches like that, and I see someone switch and then switch back, it's a really weird communication thing that worries me usually.
Exactly. You guys are losing that ult charge that you just fought so hard to get. Choi kicks things off with the kill on Somensu though, so 30% and counting for the Shock. And keep in mind, I mean, it was a scrappy first map to the series, but on the second point, the Vancouver Titans pretty much locked it down and won that first map handily. Now we're seeing San Francisco Shock with a bit of fight in them.
This is where you want to be in a Pharah Sombra composition. Let's play back. Whatever they do, we already have it scouted because we have a Sombra. Happens to be invisible, by the way. And now you know exactly where they're coming in, and you can use whatever you want. There you go.
There's the EMP into Barrage. Wombo combo time. There's 2, 3, 4 for Rascal. Looking for a bit. Nothing but Rascal to kill feed until Architect has to ruin it. But we'll take it. 5 for Rascal. So hard to get an ace in Overwatch. It's so hard, so rare.
People always steal it from you, that's the thing. 13 eliminations for San Francisco. You want to guess how many the Titans have?
How many?
0!
0.
Not a 1!
0. Somensu, you got to get to work, buddy. Stitch as well. Come on, now's the time. If ever there was one. Coalesce is getting in here as well. You can see just how concerned Rascal is by that. He doesn't actually care because he's still just going to pump damage. And now you're going to get the ultimates coming into play now for the Shock as well. Wings out for Mon. A Smurf with the boom. This is going to be 90% and counting for the San Francisco Shock. Do they just get a clean sweep? First point here versus the Titans, who have yet to get a kill. The Titans have yet to get a kill. They are sent back to spawn. Last second contest here from Repel just to keep the overtime wick burning, but there is nobody who's going to be able to get here in time to keep them in this first point. The San Francisco Shock with the perfect start, and finally, some smiles on their side.
A very different face from the first time they played Control. Completely crushed it. Rascal in the sky. 9 final blows for that man. 0 deaths on the side of San Francisco.
Hex 19-0. What is this? That was all San Francisco Shock.
It's a game of momentum.
Well, right now, the Titans have got to be wondering what more they can do. 3-3-3. The only guy who died 4 times is Somensu. Otherwise, it's 3s across the board. And now you need to start adding some numbers on the other side there.
They have to be
into Mecha.
pretty happy that it's going to Mecha base because you really can't run Pharah on this map. The ceiling is way too low, and that was the issue. Vancouver never switched to anything that could counter Pharah. They never even shot at her, so Rascal was just living his best life. This one, a little more even as mirror matches come out, mirrored compositions for both squads.
So let's see, what are we going to do? Yeah, it's just mirrors, so they're just going to run headfirst into each other. We'll see how Architect measures up. We know what Reaper is capable of, or Somensu is capable of on the Reaper at least. So now it's on Architect to just keep up that pace. He's got 4 final blows to his name. Rascal back on the Mei. He'll slow down because of it. Oh, we're fighting for first control here. And now Titans, who's going to slip up? Who's going to make the first kill? And oh, it's Moth just dancing on the edge. That leaves Smurf vulnerable, and Solensu pounces.
Violet's holding his Coalescence, and that's what cost him the first 2 lives there. Early on, Repel gets it, and he slams Q. That's how you play Moira. You get Coalescence, you slam Q, because you're going to get it again. Violet a little late on it, cost Smurf his life, and without that, they can't reinitiate. Vancouver in first control, but they get Bumper early.
Well, that's awkward. Now you're going to get the Coalescence going through. They're more than happy here. Titans trying to give some ground, trying to buy a little bit of time for Bumper to roll his way back in, or at least, you know, run his way back into this fight. But this is going to be a game of inches now. The Titans, all they have to do is contest. They just need one on the point to stop the San Francisco Shock from flipping it. So long as they take their time with it, it should be possible. Moth, though, to kick things off, but you're going to get a Blizzard thrown in here. They are committing to this fight on the side of San Francisco Shock, but they've already lost 2. Now it's Architect who's showing up. He's got 3 to his name.
Like, Siomansu has had his moments today, but he's a Reaper one trick in this way. He keeps doing the same thing. It's the same thing every time from Siomansu, that he comes in with a teleport, tries to get in, and then wraiths away. It has been the exact same sequence of plays from him. Sometimes it looks good, and he hits a Blossom or gets a kill. But San Francisco has started to adapt and play around it. San Francisco will have 5 ultimates to catch this assault from Vancouver.
26 final blows to 4. The Titans have only got 4 on the board. They need to start waking up here. Sound barrier used by Slime. And so now it is on San Francisco Shock. They're just going to go ahead and mirror it. And they still have the ultimates as well. It's just going to be Blossoms all over the place. Blooming left and right. 2 kills on each side. So we're in a 4-on-4. Smurf hanging on by a thread. But Jonu's about to get demec'd. And there's a chance here for San Francisco Shock to win out on this fight.
You can't kill anything when Moira's behind you with full juice there. A nice long-range icicle. San Francisco still holding on. They take the lead in the point, 50% and counting up.
Yeah, looking so good too, because now they're going to have the Coalescence to mirror. They can cross the beams all day long here, Violet and Repel. And that is going to open it up for Smurf with the bongos. San Francisco Shock just ahead in general, it seems, right now. And they've got the confidence too. It's Vancouver Titans backs to the wall. Hex match point for the San Francisco Shock, and they are 30% away. But there's Violet, didn't waste any time. Now we're gonna get the change up Architect. Oh, it's Repel cast into the drink. 3 of them go over the edge.
It's a full reset. You'd already lost 2, but the great thing for San Francisco into this next fight, you have Blizzard to catch it. You could just drop Blizzard on the point, you could wall them off, throw in Blizzard, you could throw Blizzard onto the point, and then go attack anywhere else.
And you've got Architect waiting on the high ground here. Architect, yep, spots him. That's the scouting information. Now they know where the Titans are coming from. Architect looking to take advantage of this. We can get Rascal with the Blizzard as well as soon as they can get the lockdown, and the self-destruction coming in as well. Rascal, did he use his Blizzard? Yes, he did. Are we going to get value from it? That's what we're hoping for here for the San Francisco Shock. They've removed Janu. They can get Slime. Slime is out. It is back and forth now. Architect, the man, the hero, but he gets silenced by Solensu. And you still have Bumper alone and alive. The contest comes in from Choi Obit now, trying to be the hero.
San Francisco's coming back. They have a Tracer back on the field. They're pushing everybody away. The Hammond gets off the point as well.
Oh, this crazy focus. This is going to be too much to handle here if you're on the Titans. Bumper's gone. And that is it. The San Francisco Shock. 2-0 on the 5th map of the series, and they have established themselves as the dominant team here in the regular season. San Francisco Shock, they take it 2-1 over the Vancouver Titans.
I just want to say to both San Francisco and Vancouver, thank you. Thank you so much. What a great set of Overwatch that was. Neither of these teams had anything to play for. They're locked in their spot, and they played harder than a lot of teams I've seen play lately. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for this series. It's everything we hoped it could be. Not necessarily the results. Frankly, I'm happy either way. But
just good Overwatch.
Battle, out and out battle from the San Francisco Shock and from the Vancouver Titans. And it's honor, Hex. It's everything. It's pride, it's honor, it's establishing yourself as the team. They have been at the top of this league all year long.
Both these teams back and forth. It's always been number 1 in the power rankings has either been Vancouver or San Francisco.
Yes.
And if you put anyone above that, you're a fool. All year it's been these 2 teams. And you see the respect that they have between each other. Stage 1, Stage 2. These are your 2 best teams in the Overwatch League. Playoffs are coming up.
Playoffs are coming up, and going into it, Hex, you know, we always have to do this after a match, but who do you think, who is the player that stood out for you the most? I'm curious.
I don't know. Let's see what our player of the match is by Omen
I want
by
to hear you
HP.
first, but they're doing it too quick. Okay, well, there's no mystery now. It's going to be Architect, player of the match here, over by HP for the San Francisco Shock. But
yeah.
Now you can't say Architect, Hex, because it's spoiled.
Well, that opening highlight was actually interesting because Architect on the far was not great. When they switched it at the end and Rascal started playing the far, that's when. But I thought that San Francisco was getting rolled until Architect had enormous plays in both guys.
This was the play, exactly. You need that star potential. Shock, Titans, they got it in spades. But then Architect, when his team needed him most, he's like, right, we need a hard carry. I'm just going to go ahead and get 20 final blows and just completely take over this map. And there wasn't anything the Titans could do.
Sometimes when you're getting rocked that way, you need someone to just like, guys, stop. I will take us to this map, and then everyone else comes alive, right? Everyone else comes alive. You saw a different San Francisco the moment that Architect started dominating, brought that team back, and Architect didn't play for 3 stages, and now he comes in hot, and he's playing a really, really good Hanzo.
The wait was worth it. Even though it breaks my heart, Hex, it breaks my heart that we don't see more Sinatra, we don't see Super. Still, they got the win.
Yeah.
They got the win. Let's go ahead and hear now from one of these players. Danny's ready with the interview.
Samurai Hex, thank you very much. Everybody, give it up for Rascal and San Francisco Shock. Amazing play. Congratulations on your victory. Now, this was the 3rd time that San Francisco Shock played against the Vancouver Titans, and you guys won twice out of that 3 times. Rascal, does this prove the fact that San Francisco Shock is the better team compared to Vancouver Titans? 밴쿠버 팀과의 경기를 벌써 3번째 치르시게 되셨는데 그 3번에서 벌써 2번을 샌프란시스코 샥이 이겼어요. 이제 그러면 이 정도면은 샌프란시스코 샥이 밴쿠버보다는 훨씬 더 잘하는 팀이다라고 좀 보여주는 계기가 됐다고 생각을 하시나요?
전 충분히 보여주는 계기가 됐다고 생각해요. 3-3도 그렇고 2-2도 그렇고 저희가 더 잘하는 것 같습니다.
Definitely, it was a way of showing everyone that San Francisco Shock is better than Vancouver Titans. When it was the GOATS meta, or whether it was 2-2 currently, we were always better than the Vancouver Titans. Okay, all right, I love that. All right, tomorrow, you guys will be facing off against the LA Valiants, fighting for the California Cup. You guys are currently holding the California Cup. Rascal, how confident are you that you guys could beat the Valiants one last time? 자, 마지막으로 내일 경기 발리언토의 캘리포니아 컵을 가지고 한 번 더 경기를 하시게 되실 텐데 우리가 확실히 이길 수 있다는 확신이 있으신가요?
당연히 확신이 있고 저희가 발리언트 팀도 마찬가지로 저희가 더 잘하는 팀이라고 생각합니다.
Alrighty, yes, 100% I am confident, and also just like the Vancouver Titans, against the LA Valiants, we're just going to show that we are the superior team. All right, thank you, Rascal, so much. Everybody, it's time for the Kit Kat Splash Tank time. We have our Vancouver team super fan right over there. Sorry, guys. Are you okay? Are you doing okay? Are you ready? Is the water cold? Okay, well, just hang in there. You're gonna go in very, very soon. All right, so we're gonna count 3, 2, 1, and then Rascal, you're gonna pull, okay? Here we go, everybody count down with me. 3, splash! Ah! Everybody give it up for Rascal one more time. Thank you so much. Casters, back to you guys.
It was a tough break for the fan, but he took it next. He got it done.
Of course that water's cold. It's from Vancouver.
Yeah, exactly. He's used to it.
Yeah,
for him,
chill.
it's just a nice bath. Thanks. I needed a wash. It's all good.
Is there another match today?
There is another match today, Hanks. Which match could that possibly be?
Are we in Los Angeles?
I'm seeing a lot of green and purple. You know, here the colors. A lot of green here. Obviously, this is the homestand, but or not the homestand, but the Kit Kat. Whatever. It's a battle for LA that's coming up next, and so that's what we're going to be getting into. Los Angeles Valiants are fighting for a spot in the playoffs. They have to win, and they're in exactly, so they cannot afford to lose, or it's all up for chance tomorrow. So they're looking to get the job done, and obviously the Gladiators. I mean, this is the battle for LA, so we're going to be getting into that in just a moment's time.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by T-Mobile, now connecting 99% of Overwatch League fans. Catch your league on America's network, T-Mobile.